Hey everyone, this is Pete, and welcome back to Atari ST A to Z, a series of short playthroughs of Atari ST games, some of which I grew up with and some of which are new to me. Today's game is Harlequin, a 1992 release for Atari ST and Amiga, developed by Gremlin Graphics and featuring music by Barry Leach. Harlequin was praised on its original release for offering something a little bit more than many other platformers of the period, particularly on home micros. This was not a game where you simply ran from left to right and completed levels one after another. There was a strong degree of puzzle solving to the experience as a whole. Weekly games magazine GamesX heaped praise on the game in a full 5 out of 5 review, noting that graphically the game is faultless and praising the way that the game was easy to play but simultaneously difficult to complete. The One for ST Games awarded it 90%, noting that not since the Bitmap Brothers' Gods has a platform game been so intelligent, and that you feel as though you're actually achieving something as you progress through the levels, and you're rewarded with some fantastic graphics and sound effects. The typically quite stingy ST format awarded it a tepid sounding 79%, but this is actually a strong mark for them. Reviewer Ed Ricketts noted that, against all expectations, Harlequin is rather good. Initially, you expect to find little more than yet another platformer map, and unless you scratch the surface of the game, that's all you get. But the deeper you get in, the more you get attuned to the game's weird flow, the routes to take, the moves to make, where you have to take running jumps. It becomes very intuitive and a pleasure to play. I only ever played a demo of Harlequin back in the day, so I've always been curious to give the full game a shot. So let's go play Harlequin.
Okay, here we are with Harlequin from Gremlin. This is a really interesting game, actually, that like I mentioned in the intro, my only experience with back in the day was a cover disc demo, probably from ST format. But having had a little look at what this game is all about, yeah, it's thoroughly fascinating. I've got slightly messed up intro graphics on this version that I'm using for some reason, but once we're into the actual game, the graphics look fine, as you'll hopefully see. So your goal in this game, to cut a long and overly elaborate story short, is that Chimerica has lost its heart. So it's up to you to explore the various areas of the land and find the 4 pieces of heart that are scattered in its 4 corners, as you can see. So we begin in the clock tower. Here we are. There's Harlequin. So, Harlequin can run back and forth. He can jump. He can fire hearts. And you'll see he can uncover hidden items by shooting hearts in certain places. When he has a light bulb over his head like that, that means that he will give you a hint if you stand still in that location for a moment. And sometimes if you stand still in the same location a couple of times, he'll have slightly different messages. So our first goal then is to get that door open and go inside the clock tower. So in order to do that, we're going to need to explore around the outside a bit. And defeat some enemies along the way by blasting them with hearts. There's no score in this game, as you might be able to see. Instead, when you collect the items, you'll gradually fill up Harlequin's face in the lower right corner of the screen. That will start filling up. And when you completely fill his face, you get what it calls an extra continue, but it basically works as an extra life. So you see, we start the game with 2. And thus you will want to explore around the place a bit to try and uncover some of those additional items. This is an umbrella that lets us float down slowly from high places, like this. And there's various other helpful items that you can discover along the way to assist with mobility and keep you safe and get around. So the focus in this game is very much on exploration. Oh, I missed that platform. Gonna have to wait for it to come back now. Casters. jump. And there we go. So yeah, this game was roundly praised on its original release for doing things a little bit differently from a lot of other platform games at the time. On consoles, we were certainly starting to get a lot more exploration-centric platformers. But on home computers, we'd very much been stuck in the run from left to right, or kill all the enemies models for quite some time. Not that there's anything wrong with those models, but this game stood out for doing something a little bit differently. It's got interconnected levels, it's got things you do in one level will affect something in another level. It's got a non-linear structure where you don't have to go through things in the same order every time. And it's just a really competently put together game. Now, of course, you can point out that this isn't as smooth or slick as console games at the time, and it's not as colourful as the Amiga version. It's a shame it's not STE enhanced. Would have been nice to have some colourful backgrounds in this, similar to what the Amiga version has, with STE enhancements, and that is something that would have been possible at the time of release. But the trouble with the STE is it was a very capable variation on the ST, but because the standard STs had already got such an established user base by this point, a lot of developers didn't really see the point in limiting their games to just one particular model of ST. I think it was kind of an element of the STE being too little too late. If you're not familiar, the STE offered enhanced capabilities over the standard ST that were closer to what the Amiga could do. So it could do more colours on screen at once. It had digital sound channels like the Amiga's got, and it was just generally a lot more capable. It would have been able to get games like this running more smoothly and looking nicer, in other words. I should be using that umbrella, shouldn't I? That's what it's for. Right. So flipping all those switches on this level has opened up this door, which takes us into the next stage, which is the clock tower. Or the clockworks, rather. Clock tower was the first stage. So yeah, if this game had been made for STE specifically, it would have been much closer to the Amiga version. It would have scrolled more smoothly, it would have had more colours on screen, you could have had a more elaborate soundtrack. Well, not necessarily more elaborate, because I think the soundtrack for this is very good. But it could have had something which sounded closer to the Amiga version. Although I have to say, Barry Leach has done an amazing job on the music for this game. We're very much into the era of game music composers really understanding that game music didn't have to be 30-second loops anymore. They could be elaborate compositions with senses of progression and structure. I just love tunnels. And Barry Leach was one of those composers who was very good at just simply composing music. If you listen to a lot of his stuff from this era, he composed it very much as sort of good pieces of music first and foremost. and game music second. And he was also very good at working within the limitations of the hardware. So the poor old ST only has 2 sound channels. 3 sound channels, rather. I don't know why I said 2. Which obviously limits it to a certain extent on what it's actually capable of doing when it comes to game soundtracks. But the best composers found really creative ways to make use of those 3 sound channels. And 3 sound channels certainly didn't have to hold you back. Fans of the 8-bit era will know that the C64 is renowned for having some of the best game music of the era that only had 3 sound channels. And yet there were plenty of people working absolute miracles with those 3 sound channels, using all sorts of clever techniques. Oh, I did not mean to activate my space hopper. I've gone and messed that right up, haven't I? Or have I? I have. Alright, let's try that again, shall we? Yeah, this game has a surprisingly elaborate soundtrack for the period. A lot of games of this type that were around at the time would have music, but they'd maybe only have 1 or 2 pieces of music that play for the whole game. Whereas this appears to have unique music for every level. Oh no. Oh, damn it. Curses. Well, at least we didn't fall all the way back to the bottom this time. No. This is going jolly poorly. But yeah, what's cool about this game is that it's got a nice sense of structure to it. Oh no! It's got a nice sense of structure to it while still feeling like it's giving you freedom to explore. Yeah, there's a good sense that it's helping you figure out where you're supposed to be going. Oh, death. So yes, this is where we use a continue, which is basically just a life. It does send us all the way back to the start of the level though, which is upsetting. We must remember to use that umbrella when we're falling down big drops. But yeah, what was I saying? This has a nice sense of structure where it feels like the level design is leading you in particular directions, but it's also giving you a bit of choice to explore. There is a non-linear structure going on with this game where you can go different ways, take different routes through the levels. For forgot to use the umbrella again, didn't I? I'm an idiot. Why am I up here? There is nothing up here. There are some goodies there though. Let's take those. And then, ooh, secret. There's some goodies. Yes, please. Get off your space hopper. Right, onwards to another level. So we're 5% through this game. And you will be pleased today that quite unusually... oh dear. That was incorrect. Oh, I should have picked up the fish before I dropped down. Can I land on this? No, I'll just fall in the water. But yeah, if you've got the fish power up, you can pull down on the joystick when you fall into the water and turn into an angelfish. And that then allows you to swim around underwater. And investigate little secret places like this one. You've only got a limited amount of time it works for though. It's indicated by the bar that's in the lower right corner of the screen. Got some more secrets there, denoted by the question mark. And another door to pass through here. It takes us inside this sort of pyramid type place. Get some health back with a burger. Can just jump out like that. Right, we've got several ways we can go from here. There's some floating platforms we can attempt to navigate. Now we've already got a fish power up, so we can't pick up another one until our first one is expired. So let's slide down here and see what's at the bottom. And hop up here. Space hop it again. Ooh, slippery roof. Oh, it's windy. It's windy. You can tell by the particles going across the screen. I wish it wasn't so easy to accidentally activate that space hopper. It seems to be pushing down while you're in mid-air, does it? Anyway, let's keep going this way and see what we can find. Since the wind clearly wants us to go this way. Oh no! Destroy the baddies. Oh, can you kill him with the space hopper? If so, it might be more useful than I gave it credit for. Right, careful. Oh, I've fallen again. Maybe I just stay on the space hopper until it runs out. Can we squish enemies with space hopper? We can. Okay, that is worth noting for future reference. Oh, that's such a difficult jump to make with the wind. But now I've failed it a couple of times. I want more than anything to be able to make it. Right, hop. Up. Carefully. Oh no, I've fallen off again. Right, come on, I can do this. I can do this. You're making me very angry. Right, come on. I got this. I got this. Just land on the platform. Run against the wind. There we go. Good. Oh, that's horrible. That's some horrible, mean platforming right there. Already got one of them. Alright, well let's explore this way and see what we've got this way. But that switch has to be important, doesn't it? Shiny things! Yay! Alright, let's try it again. Running against the wind. Right, I got this time. I got this time. You watch this. You just watch me do this. I was asking for that. Absolutely asking for it. Right. Oh, you can't jump far enough. Gotta go all the way up to the zip line again. Some health back from the burger at least. That switch better be important, because it's caused me a lot of grief so far. Right, I got this. I got this. Right, carefully. And carefully. No, 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 no. If it does nothing but open up a secret room, I'm going to be annoyed. Because, yeah, secret rooms are cool and all. Actually, I don't know if I... Oops. You know what, sod this. Let's just go to another level and see what we have here. Are we going back in the... Go back in the clock. Yeah, interesting. That's brought us to another part of this level. Where there is a switch we can pull. Wonder what that's done. This is the one trouble with this game. It is cool that there's lots of stuff to explore and discover. But at the same time, it's very vague about what everything does. So if you were to flip a switch and it would just give you a little hint about what it did. Just the old classic, you hear a door open somewhere, or you hear machinery clank to life in the distance, or something like that. That's all it needs. But no. You flip a switch and it means something might have happened somewhere else. Well, I've completed 6% of the game now. That's 1% more than when we entered this part of the stage. Right, jump! Grab. Oh, the pickup seemed to respawn, that's nice. Oh no! Damn it. Does bring us a little bit closer to getting that elusive extra life, which I suspect we're going to need before long. Right. Now what? Let's have another go at this jumpy, switchy bit. I can do this. It's not difficult. It's just really hard, that's all. No! Oh. We're closer. Actually landed on the single width platform this time. And I've got it. Right. Now what has that done? It hasn't allowed us to get in there. Doesn't appear to have changed anything obvious down here. This is what I mean. That switch could have done absolutely anything. And there's no easy way to discover exactly what it's done, other than just exploring and investigating for yourself. So let's fight our way back through this wind. See if we can't figure things out. Oh, we can sneak into this. Not that we can do anything though, because that wall's in the way. Curses. What about this way? No, again, the big wall in the way. Okay, what about the floaty platforms? There's no wind to worry about this time. This game does have quite floaty jumping. It takes a bit of getting used to. But once you get to grips with it, you do have a decent amount of control over him, including in the air. So you see here, I can actually... No! I was going to say, I can actually stop dead in mid-air. Health. Much needed. Yeah, you can actually control yourself in the air to a certain extent. So if you're jumping forwards and then you push back in the opposite direction, you can actually stop your forward momentum, which is very helpful when trying to position yourself on these teeny tiny platforms. Okay. Whoop. Oh no. Oh. That's better. It's the best I've done on those platforms so far. Oh no, 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 no. Turn into a fish. I don't think I've got any lives left. And I need some more sweeties. Before I can get some more lives. I don't like that the enemies seem to respawn. That's a little bit annoying. It would be nice to be able to clear them out. Oh, damn it! I think I'm dead. Oh, not quite. Now I'm dead. Oh dear me. 7% of the game completed. I can't remember if I mentioned this earlier, but this does have a save game facility, which, if you're serious about trying to complete it, you will want to take advantage of, because, as you can see, death will come for you, or it will come for you. So you want to save your game when you've made some progress, so you don't have to go all the way back to the beginning, because, oh yes, when you get a game over, it does indeed send you all the way back to the beginning of the game to start all over again. So yeah, enjoy that. Anyway, hopefully that's given you a good idea of what Harlequin's all about, how it works. And yeah, it's a cool platform game. It's one that you have to get into the right mindset to play, because it's certainly not a switch off your brain and just run from left to right sort of game. There's a lot of exploring to do, there's puzzle solving to do, there's figuring out what the different switches do and all that sort of thing. And it certainly, by the fact that we finished 6% of the game there, suggests that it's pretty huge. So there is a lot to do in this game. So yeah, take your time exploring it, and it should keep you busy for quite some time. And yeah, I'm inclined to give this a bit more of a look on my own time now that we've done this video here. So anyway, just remains me to say, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.